Hello, hello! Today we are unboxing the Santa Muerte Tarot. Hello friends, welcome back to Living by the F Word. My name's Jess and this is my Fools 4 series where I talk about tarot, oracle, and Lenormand card divination. I also talk about F words that I love and I'm passionate about here on my channel. So if you're into any of those, please consider subscribing and being a part of my community. Today we are unboxing the Santa Muerte Tarot. And I don't know if I am pronouncing that totally correctly. Spanish and other languages are not my forte. So I had to look up the Spanish and Colombian translation and try to say it correctly. But this is a absolutely gorgeous deck, and you will hear me saying that so many times through this flip through. I got this deck this year. I wanted a Halloween tarot, and I actually came up with a list and made a whole video about decks I would like to collect for Halloween, but this is the one that I ended up with, and it is just, it's amazing. I can't wait to show it to you. But I hope you like my look. I'm going to show you some jewelry close-ups. I can't dress up anymore. I got furloughed, I'm unemployed, and I also can't go to festivals. Obviously, a lot of things have been canceled this year. So now we're dressing up for tarot, and I am matching the energy of the deck. If you couldn't tell, that's what I do in a lot of my flip-throughs. I dress up to match the deck energy. So I have this beautiful necklace by No Man Candy. The earrings are from her as well. And in my last video, the large pentagram earrings are also from her. So I will link her shop in the description below. If you're into festivals or rave attire, she is a rave jewelry shop. So absolutely love it. Anyways, let's get into the table. Let's look at these beautiful cards right now. Hey friends, welcome to the table. Today we are unboxing the Santa Muerte Book of the Dead Tarot, which is by Fabio Listrani. And this deck is so beautiful. My box got dented the way it was delivered. It was smashed, but you know, still regardless, beautiful deck. Here we have the front of the box, and you see the sides, and then the back, which has the death card on it, which we will get to once we open it. And it also says Memento Vivere. And I probably said that wrong because I'm awful with Spanish. But I'm going to pop up what that means. There's a translation for it, and I honestly don't remember it off the top of my head, but I did look it up when I first got this deck. And it's pretty much about living to die, something, I don't know. I'll pop it up in the description. But here we have just a card with the author and illustrator's name. This is what the back of the cards look like. We have a guidebook, and this guidebook does come in a lot of different languages, so that's awesome. First of all, I also want to just mention, look how nice this is. I mean, this box is gorgeous. I just love how it just slides out so easily. You have no issues. It's beautiful. So we have a really detailed guidebook here in English, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and it looks like Japanese, and I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that language is. Let me look that up. What is that? I just noticed it, so. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, here. I don't want to embarrass myself, but I have no idea what this is. Does it say? I wonder if it says it on the back here. It has all the flags too. I'm not sure. Don't mind me, guys. But it comes in a lot of different languages, so that's good to know. If you need translations, you know, if you're bilingual and you don't really understand the English version that well. But this deck does also come if you wanted the Spanish version, like printed or whatever. It comes in different languages printed, I'm pretty sure. So we have a little bit about the author and designer, who is Fabio Lustrani, and he is a graphic designer. He did all the artwork, the concept, the graphic design, and the text. So it's all done by him. And he's awesome because whenever I share his deck, he always reshares it on his Instagram stories if it's a story that I post. So I just love that he actually shares things and collaborates with other creators. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we have basically a description of the card and then the advice from the dead. And that is what we pretty much have in the guidebook. I don't think there's any spreads in here. I did look through this deck. I couldn't resist, guys. I had to unbox this immediately when I got it. So I did not... Oh, there are some spreads here. But I haven't looked at those spreads. I just, I basically just looked at the cards and have, you know, pulled some random ones. But really, I haven't even worked that full in depth yet with this deck. And considering it is Halloween week, we better get started. Okay. Never know where to put these so that you guys can see. I don't know. Okay. So let's flip through these gorgeous cards. Here is our Fool. I'm wondering if I should get a light for you guys. Let me see if a light would be better. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back with the light. Here we have the Fool card. I love that he has a guitar in his little case and the little butterfly. What else does he have in that case? It looks like a pistol, like a rifle. Here's our Magician. Palm reader. Crystal ball. I love the candles in the sombrero. Oh my gosh. I love this deck, you guys. I'm obsessed. I am not, when it comes to Halloween stuff, I am not a creepy person, okay? I am a total, and excuse my language, pussy when it comes to Halloween movies. I do not like horror. I do not like anything creepy, but I am obsessed with this deck. I just am so happy that I got this deck. Here is our High Priestess. The Empress. I forgot to unplug my house phone, so now it's ringing, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I think I'm one of the only people on earth that still has a house phone. Yeah, and I hate it, and I usually unplug it for all my videos because it's distracting. Anyway, here's our Emperor. Yeah. This rifle. These cards are so badass. They're so colorful. Oh my gosh. So good. Here's our Hierophant. The Lovers. And you see the detailing in the back? See those skulls in the back there? There's just so much going on. The floral, everything. It really represents Day of the Dead, in my opinion, like so well. Just killed it with this deck. I'm I'm literally on the chariot. I can't stop raving about it. All right, so this was interesting for the chariot, though. I'm just looking at it real quick. But basically, definitely not your traditional chariot. You have several people in there. And I guess they're like getting onto this, which is all their chariot, I guess. All right, here's strength. This one is a little bit creepier for strength card. Normally for strength you have female with a lion, and you have like this feminine energy. This I get a very masculine energy from, which is fine. It's cool. It's still amazing artwork and beautiful, but it's just different. It's going to be different to work with, you know? First of all, I have a slight obsession with the Hermit card, because all Hermit cards, doesn't matter the deck, because I am the Hermit as my life path card. That is my life path card in the tarot, and my shadow card is the moon. So I definitely relate with the Hermit a lot. Being alone, I'm okay with being alone. I spend a lot of time alone. I get to know myself that way, and I am okay with that. There are a lot of people that are scared of being alone. I am not. So I definitely relate to this card a lot. But I think it's kind of cool, this one. He's curled up in the casket. You know, there's just like a different take on this, and I just think it's so creative. Okay, so here is our Wheel of Fortune. I love that little hourglass in the middle. That's a cool little detail. And you have your Grim Reapers here. But that time, that hourglass in the center there is a cool little indicator there. I like that. Justice. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The Hanged Man. Just the detail with that rain coming in, and even down here. I just think this is so unique. It's, you know, too much you don't see anything different like this when it comes to the Hanged Man. It's always someone hanging upside down. This is just perfect. Love it. Here is our Santa Muerte, or the Death card. So she's obviously praying, pregnant, waiting for her newborn. Very religious looking, this card. Very, very creepy in a way. But as we know, death means rebirth. It means that something, you're releasing something old and in with the new. So it's actually a really great and powerful card if you get it. But most people are creeped out by it, scared from it. Here's our Temperance. Pretty traditional, this one, as far as the cups and the balancing and the mixing of the water. This dude, look at that. Devil. Honestly, this is sick. This reminds me of something someone would wear to Burning Man, and quite honestly, everything. Like the whole elaborate mask and the horns and just the the shoulder pads. Love it. Okay. I'm a big fan of this Tower card because it also is represented in a different way than most Tower cards are represented in the tarot. And I just like it because there's all these stairs and there is stuff crumbling. I mean, you know, you still have things crumbling, but there's like also like this sense of confusion a little bit, and you know, choices. So I'm really a big fan of that. Here's our star. This is really fun because you could see everything going on under the water. So there's that division and you see the above and the below. All right, this is a great card. Check this out. It's our moon card, and it's the only human that is in this deck, I believe. And as she looks in the water, her reflection is the dead. So sick, so unique. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with this purchase. You guys don't even understand. Like, this deck is a new favorite for sure. Here's our sun card. Yeah, this is very playful. Definitely still embodies that sun factor. And here's Judgment. Oh, something creepy about this one too. With the bird and but the way those clouds and that heaven and everything is just peeking through, and the detail in this deck is just unreal. I love it. And here is our world. Now, see, this is one of the advantages of me unboxing the deck off camera and learning about it before I flip through it with you guys, is the fact that I know more things instead of not really knowing things. So since I did look through this, I will tell you, the way he represents each of the suits is color-coded. So you're going to see as we go through, but they each have different flowers, which are in the four corners here, as well as different colors themed throughout with the suits. So you could even see coming up next, we have the cups, and it's all blue theme. So it's blue, yellow, red, and green for the different suits, but those are all represented in the world, which is pretty sick. And this globe is, oops, sorry, I got out of focus. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the card. Yeah, this world card is definitely different as well. Okay, here we have our Ace of Cups. Guys, I don't know how you can not love this deck, but I showed my friend Megan the other day. I was at her house and I showed her this deck and she was like, this is creepy, dude. And so I was like, okay, I guess it's not for everyone, and I don't think my mom would like it either. I don't know about my sister either. I don't know about you, but if you're still watching, I'm pretty sure that you're into it. All right. Oops, did I go out of order? Oh, I mixed something up because I was looking at something before. Here we go. I found it. Not too much out of order. I was showing someone something before, and so I mixed it up. So, okay, yeah. We have, let's see, World, Ace of Cups. Here we go. We're back. We're back. The reason why I knew I missed a card was because this is one of my favorites. Guys. Oh my God, I know I sound so creepy when I say guys that way. I don't even care. Look at this. Oh, oh my gosh. Wow. It's just really powerful. I love it. Damn. I think about all these artists that make these decks and I just think they're so brilliant. So amazing. Okay, here we have 3 of Cups. And this is our celebration card. They definitely look like they're celebrating. But as you can tell, you see this hint of blue throughout this entire suit. So you'll be seeing all the blue, and that makes sense because the cups represent water. And so water is blue. Well, water is actually clear, but you know, larger bodies of water are typically blue. So our 4 of Cups, little sad guy. Yeah. This 5 of Cups, wow. It's like a labyrinth. The skull is like a labyrinth head. I don't know. And I just love this see-through water. How did he do this? How? It is just so beautiful. It's stunning. I haven't talked about the borders here, but a lot of people usually don't like borders. I like how it's half a border. Borders usually don't bother me. I am not bothered by borders, but there are some people that will trim the deck and trim out the borders because they cannot handle it and they don't like working with it because they feel like it takes away. I don't know. For me personally, I love this. You have the 5 on each side. You have the suit. It works for me. Okay, here we have our 6 of Cups. Ah, yes. 7 of Cups. This is a fun 7 of Cups too, I think. 8 of Cups. Beautiful deck. I mean, I know I'm being highly repetitive right now, but I'm blown away by this deck. I love it. It's our 9 of Cups. Really interesting 9 of Cups here too as well. Because like knowing what the 9 of Cups means, I don't know, like I guess this is feeling content, you know, with what you've brought about, being on a ship. I don't know. Kind of interesting perspective on that one. Okay, here we are. All of our 10s are butterflies, and then they are represented by the body part that that particular suit is aligned with. And then once again, we have those skulls in the background. We have the flowers. So this, it would be the rib cage. And we're on to our court cards here. So we have our page. Our Knight of Cups. Our Queen. And our King. I'm a big fan of the color coding too, because that I think is going to help me learn more. You know, tarot is a never-ending learning process in my opinion. So we are on to the suit of Pentacles right now, and it's represented by the color green. Money, wealth, material things, just like the suit. So here's our ace. I like this little grasshopper. Our Two of Pentacles. Love this guy. Three of Pentacles. Lots of that underground element. I just love it. And it's actually skulls that are growing. Little skull heads that are growing these little flowers. So cute. In a creepy way, of course, but still cute nonetheless, in my opinion. Oh, okay. So, Four of Pentacles. This is definitely a different take. Five of Pentacles. This is an elegant card in my opinion. This clock, I like it. For Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. It's like that game that you sometimes have in a bar where you slide things over. It's like a counter game. I don't really know exactly what it is, but here's our Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And here we have our 10, which is represented by feet. And also, a lot of the, like I pointed out with the World card, how all the flowers are represented. I don't know, this kind of seems almost like weeds or something represented with the Pentacles. Okay, here's our page, court cards. Knight. Queen. King. And now we are on to Wands, which is represented by red. Red's the main color here. So that's our Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. I like this one. I like a lot of the threes I'm noticing now that I'm flipping through this with you. A lot of the threes are my favorites. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. The details in these cards are unreal, guys. I'm trying to zoom in here. I don't think it's gonna focus that close up, but it is just such a gorgeous deck. Wow. I like this one too. 5 of Wands. 4 matches, 5, and it says fire. Surprised it doesn't say fuego, but I guess since this is the English version, maybe the Spanish version says fuego, but yeah, so wands are represented by fire, so that's the red color. So I really, really like how the suits are color coded because that's helpful. It's like another tool to help you understand like what element you're working with. I may have just got cut off there because I've been filming for quite a while. But I was just saying how I like how it's color coded, the elements, because it really helps it. It's a good tool and it's pretty helpful. Okay, here we have our 7. Really beautiful. This is the first one where I don't, let me look real quick. I don't see, like, besides maybe in the trees here, but this is the first one where I don't see the dead in it. Super awesome 8 of Wands. Fast paced. You feel the movement with it. So sick. 9. And here we have our 10. I think this is the rib cage, not the rib cage, the hips. Okay. Here's our page, which we all know that I love because of the top hat. Our knights. The knights are fun. I love how what they're riding on, the horses, are also skeletons. Just so much fun. Love it. There's our queen. There's our king. Now we're on to our last suit, which is swords, which are represented by yellow or gold, which can make sense, I guess. The element's air, so, I mean, maybe because swords are usually some type of silver, gold, or chrome. That's why it's yellow, but beautiful. This is our 2 of Swords, which I love. Scissors. There you still have that dead element right there, but it's pretty clear what the message means. And there's our 3 of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Our Six of Swords, still pretty similar to traditional. Although, yeah, you could see the water is actually clearer there. So, yeah. Leaving something rough behind. Rough waters and heading into clear water. Here's our Seven of Swords. Hope and reflection is what that says in the casket there. So, some keywords. Eight of Swords. Nine. I'm a fan of that one too. It's just so beautiful. I love it. And here we have our 10, and you could see that the skull, so the brain, which represents this suit of swords, which I really love because the suit of swords is all about thought processes and intellectual thoughts and overthinking and strategy. So that makes sense having this body part represented there. There's our page. This is, whoo, that Knight of Swords is, whew, the deep. I love this queen too. Look at her. Badass. So badass. And our king, which is the last card of the deck. And I can't wait to, like, you know, put these, like, I love how they work together. I just want to, like, I'm going to, like, put them all together probably and study them. All right, let's do a reading. We have to. This deck is so pretty. We just have to. And also, once again, don't mind, oops, me, the worst shuffler in the world. But if you're thinking about getting this deck, I couldn't recommend it more. It is definitely worth getting. We got to give this a good shuffle because I haven't shuffled it. And let's make sure that we get it really mixed up. How many cards should we pick? We should pick. Oops, that was really bad. Except I don't have them even. Whoa! Okay, well, we have Eight of Swords. Three of Cups. Ooh! And Nine of Swords. to get a card holder so that you guys can see these better. Guess that works. Oh, ha! The book's in there. Let's see what the dead has to say for us today, or for this weekend possibly, or whenever you are watching this. Maybe this is a message you need to hear. Eight of Swords. So we have two swords. So we have thought processes, and we also have cups, which is emotions, but Three of Cups is usually a celebration. So that's a good type of emotion in my opinion. So let's see here. Let's see what the dead has to say. Eight of Swords. Book of the Dead. Okay. So, hold on one second. Okay, here we go. So, the Suit of Swords, like I've mentioned, represent intellectual energy, rationality, and therefore all aspects that are associated with language, the word, and the world of ideas and knowledge. Even communications and culture are the direct consequences of the actions of this suit. Yellow is the color that identifies these cards, while the head is the part of the body that corresponds with this suit, which is what I've told you. And for the 8, the quiet before the storm, a balance of opposites, destined to be brief and to explode with violence and thunder. The 8 of Swords, with its stability, risks causing frustration by delaying a conflict that needs to be externalized. Therefore, we need to find the way to rationally bring this to the surface without fearing the necessary transformations. The advice from the dead: do not be afraid, even if it is necessary to reconsider your ideas, the commitments undertaken, or the choices made, if they are causing a continual internal storm. Okay, so that's for your 8 of Swords. Internal conflict, possibly. Oops. Okay. 3 Cups we know is a celebration, but let's see what the guidebook actually says for the Suit of the Cups. If I could ever find where they are. Ah, chalices. So this is what I found interesting actually when I first unboxed this deck. So you see there, it says chalices. And I love that because the way that they are designed, they look like chalices, but then on the card it says cups. So I wish it just was consistent. That's one thing that I wish it said chalices on the cards. It almost seems like it was meant to be, and then maybe chalices was too long and didn't look right with the design of the card or something like that, and so put cups on the card. But I like how in the guidebook it says chalices. Anyway, so the chalices represent emotional energies in both negative and positive feelings, fluid and changeable like the water that characterizes this suit. Fertility, joy, pain, affection, but also memories are elements that identify this vast container that is constantly receiving, the same as what we identify with the concept of the soul. The azure blue color identifies these cards, and the heart and the thoracic cage are the parts of the body that correspond with this suit. Three Cups. The dynamic nature of the number 3 brings to the suit the feelings and emotions of a triumph, a healing, a resolution, and the consequent celebration for what has occurred. If it degenerates, it can bring with it ambiguity, abuses, or unpredictable circumstances capable of generating confusion and displeasure. The Vice of the Dead. Any difficulty whatsoever can be overcome without a problem. Therefore, do not allow fear to obscure your point of view. And then we have our Nine of Swords. So we gotta go back to a sword suit. Where are we at, guys? Having trouble finding everything in here. Pretty typical of me, but... I am having trouble here. Okay, here we go. With the Nine of Swords, we have the preconditions for a possible crisis due to a period of enclosure and isolation. A seclusion well utilized, however, will enable new wisdom, new light, and new nourishment, which will enable the rebirth of our conscious and sustain our will, as well as limiting injuries, waste, ambiguity, and diffidence. The Advice of the Dead. Act with strength and prudence, ensuring your ideas are well focused and directing all your strength on these. So that's interesting, because normally the Nine of Swords means the thoughts that keep you up at night, or things that are like internally bothering you. And so this is a little bit different. It's basically saying act with strength and remain focused. So maybe like redirect your ideas, but it seems like it's like a different type of feeling than most typical Nine of Swords, which is cool, which is why it's so important to read the guidebook when you get these cards. So what do I think that means altogether? I mean, I personally don't feel like I am in this feeling any of this, so maybe someone that's watching is feeling this. You know, feeling of conflict, but without the guidebook, like on first look, you know, I wasn't really getting that type of vibe based off of like what the guidebook said. You know. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you think that reading means, because based off the guidebook, I would have probably went in another direction, but that's why it's really important to use your intuition. Anyways, really fun, beautiful deck, worth it, worth every penny. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of it. And I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks so much for watching. If you stuck around all the way to the end, it really means a lot to me. Once again, this is the Fools 4 series where I talk about cards, card divination. So please subscribe if you're into cards, or if you're into any of the other F words that I talk about on my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one, guys.